what's up everybody? Welcome to Call Me Oz Live here on a very fine, very hot Wednesday evening. Ready for a new moon? I don't know about you, but I sure am. I am excited about that. I'm also excited about our special guest that we've got on the show tonight. We have Sierra Rose. Do you remember her from the State Fair? She was totally epic, like so awesome. So we're going to be chit-chatting with her just a little bit. She's going to be chatting with us a little bit. She's going to tell you about what she's been doing. We're going to talk about the venue that I was at last week and the venue that I'm going to be at tomorrow night, which is also going to be epic, of course. We're going to go back on the website the last 2 years. We're going to look back at 2018 and 2016. Did you catch that? I don't know if you did, but anyways, we're going to be talking about the karaoke showcase season this year, how it's going. It's really ramping up now, guys, and all the crazy stuff going on at Red Velvet Underground, the First Turn Lounge at the Downs. We need one more person to judge you, and we're going to talk about incorrect passwords. I figure that's a good one for everybody. We're also going to talk about the Call Me Oz office. Everybody who is watching tonight, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. I am going to ask you to share this live video while it's live to every single group that you are in, because that would just be totally epic. We're going to try and break our record of 3,500 views that we had last week. Let's see what we can do. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back with Sierra Rose.
All right, what's up, y'all? This is DJ Bainey down at Bosey Brothers Brewery. That's at 601 Gold Street Southwest, not Northwest, Southwest. Come on down, sing some karaoke. It's Thursday night. We start at 7 o'clock, 7 to 11, and you get $1 off every time you sing a song. So bring your designated driver and come on down and sing some karaoke on Thursday night here at Bosey Brothers, 601 Gold Street Southwest.
It's time to get ready for our weekend karaoke. Come on down to Fiesta's Restaurant every Friday night with me, DJ Drastic, your karaoke host for the evening. We'll see you guys starting at 9 p.m.
Get $3 drinks here at Leo's, 12 in Candelaria. We also provide Safe Ride, home of the New Mexico music. Chit, chit, chow!
What's up, y'all? My name is DJ Ash, and I will be your host every Thursday night here at Twist Nightclub, your new alternative lifestyle club here on 4th and Central. Every Thursday night, we have great singers, we have epic drink specials, and we have awesomeness. Please come down and see me.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back. I told you we'd be back. We've got Sierra Rose over here.
Hi.
I like her hat.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love your hat.
Looks good in red.
Thank you. I love
does.
that color. It's my favorite color, actually.
That's my favorite color.
Yes. I know. I own everything that's red. I own a red skateboard, a red hat, multiple red hats, multiple red shoes, and it's I try to get away from it, but it always tends to come back.
So it always finds you.
Yeah.
So you were wearing a red hat at the fair.
Oh my gosh, I was.
Yeah,
Now that I realize that, I was wearing a red hat. Yes.
Yeah, it was really awesome. It was epic.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, we've got this thing about epic, just so you know.
Epic.
Yeah, I say it way too much. We're waiting for a count. So Karaoke Joe is watching us. So hello, Karaoke Joe. Glad to see you, buddy. Hope you had a great night last night at Red Velvet, and I hope you have a great night at the German Club. Jackie, thanks for joining us. Jeanette, thanks for joining us. We're all here. We're glad you guys are there. And like I said, do me a favor. Click share on your phone right now or whatever you're watching it on and share it to all the groups, right?
Right.
That's what we want to do. So we're going to be chatting with Sierra during the whole show. We're going to find out a little bit about her and what her plans are in life. Hopefully she has some plans in life.
Oh, well. It's being so young and being able to experience more of life now, it's probably going to go pretty well. But
good.
Yeah.
Good.
It should go well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we're glad you're here.
Thank
we're
you.
excited. We've waited how long to get you on the show?
2
No, 1 year. So it feels like 2 years. Okay. Feels like 2 years.
It's going.
Well, and you guys don't know about this because you don't know about the whole scheduling stuff, but we had you scheduled for what, a couple weeks ago or something?
Yeah, like
you
2
started
weeks
a
ago.
new job?
Yeah, I was on vacation, and during vacation I got hired. Well, during vacation I actually applied for jobs, which is kind of odd. You know, when you're on vacation, you kind of want to be on vacation, but I think
Right.
that motivation of like wanting to get a job and start making my own money and being more independent.
Nice.
And then Oz told me about the show, and I said, "Oh yeah, no problem, I'll be there." And then I had to cancel, and I kept canceling, and then like this time I was like, I have to, like it has to happen. I don't care what's going on at the moment. And I looked at my phone on the way here, and it said 5:10, and I thought, how am I going to get 30 minutes away from where I'm at, like my location point? But I'm glad I'm here, and I'm glad that you decided to have me on. So thank
Well,
you.
we're really glad that you made it, that's for sure. So no worries, we got this. We got this. I was late one time.
20 minutes?
No, it was like 15 minutes. Was it 20? But I was coming in from Gallup. So that was
worry about it.
crazy. So just so you know, Sierra, normally when it's not karaoke season, I go to like 15 to 17 venues in a week and do karaoke.
Oh,
But
wow.
during karaoke season, I only go to the venues that are holding auditions.
Oh, wow.
So last Thursday, we held the audition over at Fiesta's Cantina. It was a complete, epically awesome. Is that a word? Epically awesome? No, epically awesome is the word that I'm thinking of. I just created a new word. It was unbelievable. It was totally full. We had a great night. There was a lot of people there. There was a lot of singers, great singers. And we could only pick 8 of them to go to the fair.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't even imagine like what it's like just like standing or sitting there and judging these people, and it's like heartbreaking because like all of them are so talented and all.
Yeah.
Like all you want to say is like yes, yes, yes to you and you and you, but
Yeah.
at the end of the night you just can't. You can't take all of them, which is
It's crazy.
heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking. Because there were some people that I saw that night that were singing that I was just like, oh yeah, no doubt that, yeah, you're going to make it. You're going to make it. I'm sitting there back watching. And then of course, you know, I got to be up there with Jeanette when Jeanette's calling the names, and and I don't see the names. I don't know if you remember that at the audition, but like, I don't see the names. She has the sheet, and usually she doesn't let me look at it. Like she'll go like this and
hide it from you. She's like, no,
yeah,
you can't say
yeah.
it.
Yeah, she's like, you don't need to see this. So I have no idea who it is, and then she's calling these names, and I'm like, and I was very happy with the 8 that made it. I agreed with every single one of them, but there was a couple more that were just like, oh wow. So
Next venue.
so they all roll over to another venue, and they get to try again. But I do believe at this point, if Renee jumps on, we'll find out here. And oh, hi, Riche. So Riche has joined us. Do you remember Riche?
Roche.
She was one of the 3 champions with you.
Was it the little girl or was it
No.
the older one?
It was the older one.
The older one. Oh, okay. Hi,
Yes.
Roche.
Yes. So, hi, Riche. Glad you joined us. Good to see you. And you're right. Good job. So, we have this thing every time I say epic, they say bada bing. So, Karaoke Joe is on his game here. We can see that. Good job. So that was Fiestas, and they rolled over, and I'm not sure how many spots we have left, but I think there's a good possibility we're 100% full for this season. I don't know. I'm
Wow.
waiting for Renee to jump on. As soon as she jumps on, she'll be able to tell us where we're at. So tomorrow, we have another audition down in Los Lunas. This is Mariscos Altamar. This is a family-friendly venue, and they do it out on the patio, and they go from 6 to 10 every Thursday. So if you're ever looking for a place to go do karaoke on your own,
Awesome.
you can go down there and do karaoke.
Awesome. That sounds like a plan. I'm always love to sing and love to hear new talent. So definitely one of these
Cool.
days I'll drive out there.
You'll have fun. Also, Kilchek on Sundays from 3 to 7 is another one.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Okay.
that one's really nice. So anyway, this audition tomorrow night is completely full. And so what we have is, for those of you who don't know but want to try out, we have walk-ins for no-shows. And so between 8 and 8:30, we check everybody in. At 8:30, anybody that is not checked in that should have been there could lose their spots to walk-ins, and that's been happening at every venue.
Oh, wow.
So if anybody wants to try out, you can also go down there. And if not, you can still at least sing a song at minimum. So I guess that's kind of a plus. It is a plus. So they do karaoke every Thursday from 6 to 10 on the patio. So we're going to roll on over to the website. We're going to let, hopefully it loaded up right. Going back to last year, all you got to do is click on Love is in the Fair button over here, and that will take you to the New Mexico State Fair homepage. And right here, you can look at any of the previous competitions. We have 2014, 15, 16, and 18. So, hey, Famous Amos is online with us. Good to see you, my friend. We had a great competition at Effing Bar, by the way, everybody. So, let's see. What we're doing here is we are...
Still loading. Oh, look.
Going, oh, there we go. Okay, so 2018, this is the homepage from when you competed.
Yes.
Do you remember this page?
I do remember that page. I think I was on that page because when I heard about the state fair, I actually heard it through a friend, and she competed in 2017, I believe. She took first place. Her name is, can I say her name? Her name is Reed Barton, and she's phenomenal singer.
Oh, okay.
And
Awesomeness.
she told me about this. I think she told me about a couple others, but she told me about it, and I told her I need everything. I need to know when it is, what time, where I gotta be, where I gotta wear, and I'm great. I'm thankful for her because she kind of like opened my eyes to like the karaoke scene and like just more like expressing myself and like not being afraid to like sing in front of people. And I remember like being on this page and I'm like, how do I apply? Like I need to apply now and I need to sing. Yeah, but I do remember this homepage. Yeah.
So Reed was the 2016 champion because in 2017 I was in retirement. I wasn't going to do this anymore. So it was 2016 that Reed was our champion, and she is way awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing. I agree. She's one of my good friends. I go to school with her, and she's such a kind person, and I'm glad that she actually gave me, like, just told me about it, even just have fun with it.
Well, so are we. Man, we're excited about that. So if we go back, if you click on, so what I was going to show, I don't know if this is loading up. We're having issues with it loading, unfortunately.
It's your website.
Actually, it's... Yeah, okay. I'm gonna take the blame for my server is what I'm actually gonna do. But what I was trying to show you guys, if you go back, you can always look at the photo gallery here. Let's try it one more time. Let's see if it refreshes. If not, that's okay too. Yeah, we just got a big white screen here, unfortunately. From time to time, websites do that. There's not much I can say about that, unfortunately. But basically what I'm saying is you can go to the 2019 and you can look back on any of the competitions. They're all right here. And the cool thing is always the photo gallery. So we'll try and see if it'll load up maybe in a little bit of time. We'll see. Probably not. That's okay. That's where you go on the website to find stuff like that. Other than that, here's what's going on in the wonderful world of fun. We did Call Me Oz live. So we did this show live at a venue last week.
Oh, wow. So did you like take all the equipment and...
He took all the equipment. He did.
Oh my gosh.
He carried all this stuff in, and we did it at Red Velvet Underground.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which is another family-friendly venue. They do karaoke every Tuesday and Friday from 7 to 11.
Okay.
So another place you can go. So anyways, yeah, we took all this stuff in and they set it all up, and up on the stage we had a table, and me and the owner of Red Velvet was that. And then we had some guests. We had Troy Wilson as a comedian guest, and then we had Country Joe. He's a country singer and songwriter, acoustic guitarist. He was totally epic.
He was good.
Love that. Love that.
Comedian was funny.
Oh, the
Yeah.
comedian
Oh, he
was,
was hilarious.
he was funny. Yeah. Troy was
Especially for just like not being
Prepared.
Yeah, so I really got to give Troy props.
Yes.
Like, really, really, because the original comedian that we had scheduled for the night got stuck in California and wasn't able to show up.
Oh no.
So I'm talking to him, and then he had all of his times all messed up. Like, he thought that it was starting at 7 o'clock, and he thought that, and I was just like, dude, no, it starts at 6 o'clock. He's talking to me like at 5:15. He's like, well, no worries. If I can get on this next flight, I'll be in there and I can get there at 7 o'clock. And I'm like, we'll be done at 7 o'clock, man.
Right.
And so he's like, oh, well, let me make some phone calls. So he made some phone calls and he got a hold of Troy Wilson, which, by the way, Troy Wilson does this comedy fight night at Kiltcheck the last Friday of every month. So it was last Friday was the last one he did. But yeah, he came in and he did a 10-minute set and he was just
great.
hilarious.
Yes.
He was so, and it was clean.
No dirty jokes.
Yeah.
Wow.
'Cause this live show is family friendly, so we try not to cuss on it. So anyways, so he did really good. And then we had Jordan Jonas as our magician. Have you ever heard of this guy?
Jordan Jonas. I don't believe I have. No.
Okay.
Missing out.
You are missing out. So the very last Thursday of every month at Red Velvet Underground, they do a show.
Okay.
They do a comedy magic show, and he goes on from 7 to 9. And yeah, this guy is way over the top.
He ate needles
Yeah, he ate needles.
He ate needles.
and then spit them out, and they were threaded through a thread. It was cool.
Yeah, he actually made Dory do this. He made Dory put all the needles in his. How many needles was that?
Like 30 needles.
It was crazy,
30
like
needles?
like sewing needles, like this long.
No, that does not seem right. What?
It wasn't
They were
right.
right there. Like, there's no way he could have had the camera in his face.
Yeah, so he just kind of. Oh, hi, Miss Millie. Millie has joined us now. Do you remember Millie,
Yeah, Millie.
the mentor, the coach?
Oh, I do. Yes,
Yeah.
I do. Hi,
Yeah,
Millie.
she's watching us. So I'm going to remind everybody who's watching us, please share to every single group that you're in real quick. It only takes a second on your phone. Facebook has made it very nice lately. That's kind of unusual. So anyways, what was I saying? Oh, Jordan eating these needles. Okay, so yeah, so he puts all of them, well, he put them in a glass and he filled it up with water and he took a shot of needles.
It was crazy.
then
And
drank a
swallowed
bottle of
them.
water.
And then he took some thread and he threw that in his mouth.
That's just like.
It's wrong. It's just wrong.
I'm thinking, where did he get the idea? Like, just laying in bed one night, he's like, I'm just gonna throw in this act where I
I'm just going
eat
to throw
some
needles.
needles. Oh
What's
my
the big deal?
gosh.
So yeah, so he just kind of did that and then he started pulling them out of his mouth and they were all threaded on the thread. And he just pulled them all out like this. Ding, ding. But if you think,
Gosh,
okay,
what?
but if you think that's epic, let me tell you about one of the other shows I saw him at where he swallowed the needles, but instead of pulling them out of his mouth, he pulled them out of his eyeball. Serious. Ask anybody, they will tell you. And he was
I need to see like live video of this because I don't know whether you're just like playing with me or like this
Go
is.
back to last
you can go back to
See it.
oh, and hello Trina. She's from Silver City, so she's saying hello. No, seriously, go back to the live show and watch it last week. It's there.
Get the camera right
That
up
yeah.
on you.
He was there with the camera. The camera was like right there, like seriously watching these things come out. So anyway, the about a month or so ago, I watched him at Red Velvet. So I've seen him do this before. So I was kind of expecting him to come out of his mouth. That was my thing. I was like, oh, okay, I've seen you do this before, Jordan. That's cool, But no, this time he threw us all for a loop, and he just starts pulling them out of his eyeball right here, just like that. Ching. And I'm just like, how are you even doing that? Like, and I'm like looking at him, and they're coming out of his eyeball.
That's like squirmy. Like that makes me like.
I got the EBGBs.
Yeah, no.
I'm not gonna sleep for weeks.
Well, try being the one about this far from watching him. But, so he was funny. Did you like the way he started that out with his whole psychic thing?
Yeah.
You gotta watch it. Just go back and watch the show.
I'll have to watch that. I'll watch it before I go to bed at night.
There
I'll
you go.
just pull it up and, how about I'll watch the live video and then I'll just know it's coming up just to mentally prepare myself for it.
Right.
Me.
You can also watch our live shows on our YouTube channel, which is Call Me Oz Live. So, whichever you prefer, Facebook or YouTube, it's up to you. And so anyway, so speaking of Red Velvet, like I said, the last Thursday of every month, the next show is August 29th. That starts from 5 to 7 with an acoustic guitar set from Jackie. And then Magic with Jordan Jonas, comedy with Don Sherry and Jason Green from 7 to 9. And then nostalgic jazz with Swing Magique from 9 to 11. Oh, it's awesome.
I want to check those guys out.
You've got to see Swing Magique. Yes, these guys are the most amazing musicians I have ever seen. They are just unbelievable. You'll love them. And I love it when they bring in the big cello. And he's sitting there playing the cello. It's just, that's awesome.
Beautiful.
It is. It's really beautiful music. So this is a family-friendly event. There's no cover charge, but food or drink purchases are required. So there's Red Velvet. And also, I told you karaoke on Tuesdays and Fridays. On Tuesdays at 6 o'clock, they do open mic comedy with Tyler Lovely. He was the guy that was supposed to be there but got stuck. And then we do headliners comedy on Saturday with Kevin Kennedy. And that one is not so family friendly. Just saying.
Oh.
Just saying.
I feel like I've heard of Red Velvet before. I'm trying to think, is it, like when you go to the door, you have a password?
No.
No? I must be thinking of somewhere else.
You might be thinking of, I think that's Vernon's Speakeasy.
Yeah, Vernon's, yes. I remember, yeah.
Have you eaten there?
I have eaten there when I was really young.
You're
my
lucky.
mom. I know. When I was really young, my mom was like, "We're going to this place, and we have to have a password and a reservation." And I thought, "What is this?" So I go to the door at Vernon's and I say, the password was pig. I think it was pig. My mom's like, "Okay, I think I'm about 9 or 10," and my mom's like, "You have to say pig to get into the door." So I look at her and I look at the guy. He's like he said something. It was, I don't know what the time frame it was. It kind of reminded me of The Godfather, kind of the gangsters and stuff.
Yep.
And so I say pig, and honestly that's what Red Velvet kind of reminded me of, the underground, when you go and they play jazz music. But
yeah,
that sounds really cool.
it is really cool. It is really a cool place. So one of these days you should check it out, especially on that last Thursday of the month.
Yes.
That's really a
See
great
Jordan
night.
Jonas in person.
Yes.
And then you won't be wondering if he really eats needles, because he does. He does all kinds
weird.
of great magic tricks. He's really awesome. I have a feeling he's going to become very nationally known. He's one of those guys. So, hi Lisa Moya. Glad you're joining us. Good to see you. So that's what's going on over there. Also, at the Downs Racetrack and Casino, inside there, they have a lounge called First Turn Lounge. They do karaoke every Tuesday and Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. They are not family friendly. Just saying. DJ Seth from Camo's Karaoke does it, and what they do is they do a progressive sing to win. So if you go in on Tuesday and you sing a song, you get a coupon and you put it in one of those bingo ball thingy rollers, you know what I'm talking about. And it goes in there, and then on Wednesday, all of those tickets are still there, and then on Wednesday when you sing, you get more of those entered in there. And then right about 11:30, I guess, they do a drawing, and 3 people win $50 cash each.
Wow.
So there you go. On the last Wednesday of every month, then it's $100 cash. They double it up.
Oh my gosh.
So how old are you?
16.
Okay, you got a ways to go. You got 5 more years.
Take your time.
Yes. You got plenty of time. So that's what they do there. So anyway, so what's going on at the State Fair? We're going to talk about the State Fair now.
Cool.
Okay? That's your cup of tea?
A cup of tea right
Yes.
there.
Did you have fun?
I had more than fun. I think that it really helped me grow as not even an artist, but more as an individual. I think that it exposed me to what it's like to be in front of a crowd. And not only just to take it seriously, but to like have fun.
Yeah.
And I had so much fun. Like I had fun like practicing my songs, and I had fun being up on stage, and even meeting the other girls and meeting all the other like minors. I didn't realize how many people were so into what I was into.
Yeah.
And being able to express myself on the stage, not just in my kitchen singing to my mom,
Right.
but to people that wanted to be there and wanted to watch the contestants. Yeah.
Nice.
Definitely had a great time.
Well, we could tell you had fun.
Yes,
You were
very
all
much
over
so.
that stage.
Yeah.
Like even from the minute you came on the stage, you were like, "Oh yeah." Yeah, you owned it for
Thank
sure.
you.
It was really awesome. So, what else was I going to say? So, unfortunately, I don't know if you know this or not. This is the last year we're going to do the minors.
No.
Unfortunately, yes.
Why?
We're just unfortunately not getting enough participation from the minors. Like we couldn't even get enough to qualify, so we only have 4 minors competing this year. So unfortunately,
Wow.
that's the way it's going to be. But we'll see what we're going to do. But you will always come back as a special guest.
Awesome. I'm
So-
always glad to
I was going to say, don't worry
be
about
back.
it.
Yeah, I'm always glad to be back and to be able to sing and to, most importantly, entertain. Like I think that's a lot, like a big part of singing and a big part of like being in front of a crowd on a stage. And
Yeah. And it's addicting, isn't it?
it is. It really is. Like when I got off the first time I sang my song, I was like, I need to be back on right now. Like, I need to like give him what I got. And finally, I got to go back on, and I just like hit him again, and then I got back on, and I hit him again, and
So you were definitely ready and prepared.
yeah, I was all that summer. I think when I found out about the end of the school year last year, that's all I did, and that's all I did listening. That's the songs that I sang. That's all I did, and that's
Yeah.
all I did.
Well, you could tell. I mean, we could tell that all 3 of you, like, actually, all of the minors were over the top. Like, all of them were. You guys were like, God, no wonder we separate you minors from the adults. And then when you 3 were up there and you all had to sing those 2 songs in a row, all 3 of you owned it. Like,
Thank you.
you could
Yeah.
really tell that all 3 of you really practiced. And you were ready. You guys were, well, I know we picked the right 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know we did. There was no
you.
question about it, because when you guys all had to do your back-to-back songs, you were just on the money. It was perfect. There
And
was,
yeah, I think that both of the other girls like picked great songs, and they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I give big props to them, and I'm really happy that I got to meet them, and hopefully meet them again if they come back to sing at the state fair.
oh, they will be.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then
they'll all be there.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back where I really enjoyed myself. Like last summer, it was a blast being able to sing with everyone.
It's going to be like a reunion. So I have to give a shout out and a hello to Marlena, my friend there. So glad to see you've joined us, Marlena. So this is what's going on at the fair this year, or the karaoke season as we call it. So it all began on April 19th at Lucky 66 Bowl this last year. And we did our 5 preliminaries, and then we picked our first 10 adults on May 31st. I'm looking at you like, Patty, don't you know? Like, don't you know? Am I supposed to know this?
Yeah.
Oh, I see right there. Okay, May 31st. Yes, we picked the top 10. And so they got to pick their first nights at the fair, got to pick their first songs. And then we did the minors audition over at Haynes Park. We just talked about that. And then we did Camino Royale after that. And then we did Billiards Palace. And then we did Golden Cantina. And then we did Effing Bar. Last week we did Fiestas.
Wow.
This is like a lot, right? Did you know there was this many that are involved?
Well, when I don't know how long ago it was, but I think it's when we were communicating back and forth about when I would sing again in another venue, and When you sent me that list of the ones I would possibly be able to sing at, I thought, well, that's a lot of venues just for myself. But then I went onto the to your website and I saw like a whole entire list, and I thought, how are they doing this like every night or every other night? And then I went and looked at the rules and how you guys pick each person, and all I saw was gibberish because it's so much information. It's like, this night we'll be picking this and this and this, and then cutting. And I was like, what is going on? Like, there's so much here. How do you keep track of everything? It's just insane each night, probably.
So the way we keep track of all of this is I have an amazing team. Like,
Yeah.
my team is just unbelievable. I've got Jeanette is my executive assistant, of course. I'm sure you remember her. She handles everything. And then we have 3 mentors this year. We have Angie, Michelle, and Kenny. Millie actually retired as a mentor. And then I made her come back as a recruiter.
You're like, you're staying with me.
Yeah,
And you're not
yeah.
going anywhere.
Sorry, you're still going to be with Call Me Oz, but you're not going to be as stressed out. So she's the recruiter, and then I've got Michael, who is the photographer and stage manager, so he handles all the stage stuff and photography. And then we have Charles, brother Charles, who is the video clipper. So that's the team, and those are the people that make it all happen at the audition. But behind the scenes, we have Renee, who is the admin. And Renee is the one who personally handles every single reservation that comes through. So when people sign up, it comes into her and she processes them. And it's not as easy as you think. Like, we have to put it into a spreadsheet, and that spreadsheet has to check to make sure that they're not on certain lists. We have to make sure that their song is not a duplicate of somebody else that's already picked it.
Oh.
And it's really crazy what we have to go through just to make sure it's right. Because when we do the auditioning night, we have 180 minutes to do it. So everything is timed and everything has to be dead on. And every single person on the team, they've got to know what they're doing. For me, I basically go in, sing a song. Bless you.
Thank you.
How'd that sound, Larry?
I forgot. I'm so sorry. I
That
didn't even
was
do that
not
on purpose.
loud enough, by the way. Just so you know. Next time it needs to be louder.
Okay, I'll make sure I like cup it and then like.
Yes, please do. So anyways, so what my job function at these venues is, I go in, I sing a song, I hype everybody up, I go sit down, I watch, and then at the very end of it, I get to sing a song, and then with Jeanette, actually Jeanette announces all the winners. I just kind of stand there and
Poor thing,
interrupt.
She's so shy.
Oh, you should have seen the first time I made her use a microphone.
Oh.
Into her shell.
Oh gosh, I will never forget it. She was like shaking. She's like, just talk, Jeanette. Don't worry about it. And now she's like, oh, give me the microphone. She's got this. Yeah, she's funny. Hey, Lewis, good to see you, my friend. Turns out me and Lewis are neighbors. I just found this out last week. So it's pretty awesome. So you ask, how do you do this? How do you keep it all organized? And we actually call it organized chaos because there's so many people in these venues. There's, supposed to have 100 people, and there's 150 people in there, and it's nuts.
Wow.
It
And
is
everybody wants to
nuts.
sing, and everybody wants to showcase. It's probably crazy, and it's.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's really, really crazy, and everybody wants to sing, and it's just insane. So, so those are all the venues we've already done. Now, tomorrow we have Mariscos Altamar, and then the following Wednesday we have Leo's Nightclub, and then the following Sunday after that we have Kilt Check, and that is the end of all the primary venues. So each one of these we qualify 8 adults at. Then we have these things called satellites going on this year. And the satellites also qualify the adults, but they only qualify 2 adults at each venue. So it's even harder. These are like 2 out of 12. So 12 people can sign up and only 2 make it.
That's insane. Oh my
It's
gosh.
very insane. We've already done Alley Cantina and Taos. We did Red Velvet Underground. Next up, we have the Skillet in Las Vegas, and that is on August the 8th. And then we have Sidewinders Ranch on August the 13th, which is already full. I was informed today. Twist Nightclub is August 15th, and I'm 99% sure that one is full. And then we have, oh, you know what? I'm going to find out real quick here. Oh, Larry's just going to love me. Larry loves me. Larry loves me, especially when I do stuff like this on the show. He just stop it. You know? So we're calling Renee.
Hello?
Hi, Renee.
Hey, Billy.
You are live on Call Me Oz Live. Don't you just love me now?
I don't know now if I really do or not.
All right, so this is Renee. She's the one behind the scenes that processes all the reservations because she is totally epic.
Ding, 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 ding.
So what we're talking about here is we are talking about how full we are. Have we processed everything yet, and do we know how many spots are left?
I'd say roughly, last I checked, we were getting pretty close to, I think, 280 as far as contested.
Okay, so we have 280 contestants registered. And now, is Sidewinders full?
I think so. No, actually not quite. I think we only have 2 spots left. I'll have to double check it. But we're getting close, guys, so if you want to get in, you need to do it now.
Okay, and Twist is very close?
Yes, Twist is very close. So, yeah, it's kind of a race, so...
To see which one fills up first?
Or you're going to end up bumped to the next venue.
Right? So we have Mariscos tomorrow, which is over full. So, of course, those rollovers will probably fill up the rest of the satellites. Most likely. So, so that's where we are, guys. Well, thank you for joining us, Renee.
You're welcome.
Put her on the spot.
You have a great night. Thank you.
He's good at doing that.
I do that once in a while. Well, you have a good night. Thank you.
You too.
See you soon.
All right.
Bye. So there you have it. Pretty much close to full, and I'm sure after Mariscos tomorrow. So we have at least 20 people that are trying out. 8 are going to make it. That means 12 are not going to make it. So that means that those 12 could easily fill up the remaining spots at the 3 venues. So if somebody wants to sign up, they need to sign up now and get those spots before we send them over. And then what we're doing is we have this thing called the Last Chance to Qualify at Christopher's Mission in Belen on August 24th. And we're not putting a limit on how many can sign up.
Oh.
But only 2 can go.
Crazy.
Maybe 2 out of 30?
Nice way to put the pressure on those judges there.
No pressure. And what's worse is Brian has to find the judges. I had this conversation with him yesterday.
I'm no longer next to him, so I never see
Oh,
him.
that's too bad. So Brian is the one that puts that event together. He's the event coordinator also for Our Lady of Belen Fiestas down there. So this is all part of it, and it's after the fiestas this year. So, and they always charge $10 cover charge because there's a live band afterwards. But what they're doing this year is if you are a contestant, you get in for free, and you get to bring 2 people with you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's pretty cool. Now also we have what's called a wild card situation this year. If a venue shuts down in the middle of the season and doesn't get to hold their audition, then those spots get held until the very end. And then at the very end of it, we look at all of the scores of the people who didn't make it, and the top 8 will get a phone call, and they will say, you're going to the fair.
Oh, okay.
Would that be a cool
Wow.
call?
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. I mean, and then you just give it your best shot when you head out to the fair. So, I mean.
I should do that live on the show, huh?
Why not? Let's make it interesting.
Ideas.
There we go.
Did you see the little light going
I
bling,
did.
bling,
I saw
bling,
it.
bling,
Did
bling?
you see my, ooh!
I just had lights. Now, so here's what's going on at the fair every day except Sunday. From 5 to 6, we have open karaoke. So if you want to come to the fair, you can just come sing.
Awesome.
Of course, you get to remember you're a special guest, so you get to sing anyway. And then we have a band from 6:15 to 7:45. And then at 8 o'clock, we do our showcase night each night for the adults. And that goes on until about 9:30. And then we do open karaoke till they kick us out.
Oh, wow.
So we have a lot of open karaoke this year.
Yay.
Yay. So that should be fun. And then the very last day on Sunday, we do the minors. Then we do the special recognitions.
Cake.
And then we do cake.
Awesome. I love cake.
Everybody's got to have cake. So then we do cake. And like I say, registration, we're getting really close. If you go on the website, you can find out what's left. But I know there's not much left. It's getting very, very slim pickings. And we are looking for, I think, one more judge, which is actually just a backup judge for the state fair at this point. I'm pretty sure, I know Jeanette was watching earlier, but...
You gotta give her a chance to comment.
Huh?
You gotta give her a little bit a chance to comment. Are you gonna call her?
I think I'll call her.
All right.
Let me see if I can find her phone number. Let's see, what's her name?
Jeanette.
Did you really think that I forgot her name?
No.
She never answers her phone though.
Did you not hear the sarcastic tone?
She never answers her phone though.
She plays good music for you.
Yeah, she plays good music. Millie has this too. Oh my gosh, you answered the phone. Did you know that you are live on Call Me Oz Live right now?
No, I didn't know this.
Well, you are. Don't you just love me?
Oh my goodness.
So I have I have Sierra Rose as my guest tonight. I know you were watching earlier, so you know that already, right?
I was watching earlier.
Okay, so Sierra Rose is here, so you can say hi to her. You remember her, don't you?
Hi, Sierra Rose.
Hello.
How are you all?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I can't believe you called me live. You know how much I love this.
Oh, yes, I do. About as much as you liked getting handed the microphone the first time you had to announce the winners on your own. Yes. But see, after a while, it just becomes second knowledge. It's easy for you. So you and Renee are both mad at me at the moment. So anyways, I have a question for you. We were just talking about the judges. Are we still looking for a judge or two, or what's the deal, Pickle?
Yes, we are still looking for judges for
Okay.
for the New Mexico State Fair.
Okay, for the fair part, right?
Correct.
Okay. And how many are we looking for right now?
For 2 more.
Okay. So if somebody wants to be a judge, so we need 2 more judges to completely finalize all of this. You go to the Call Me Oz website, you click on the button that says Love is in the Fair. On the navigation menu on the side it says Judges Application. You click on that, and right there you can fill out that application. No, Sierra, you can't be a judge.
No.
If you have ever been in a competition before, or if you're part of the karaoke community, you cannot be a judge. So,
Bummer.
yeah. So this is the judges panel that we're doing here, but there's an application page, and you just fill it out, and that's all you do. And then Jeanette will look at your application, and as long as you meet the criteria, then you can be a judge.
Awesome.
But you can't be a judge. Can I have your hat?
I know. I actually kind of get that. I kind of get that a lot. I wear a lot of. I buy too many hats sometimes, and it's almost like I have to keep. I put them in bags, and then I just like push them back, and then buy new ones. So I can I display all them, but. I keep pondering about that when I wore the red hat at the state fair. It's so odd. Like now I'm wearing a red hat and I didn't even think about that. So I'm thinking what is it? Just like do I just wear a red hat every time I perform?
Apparently so.
Yes.
Apparently so. Well, thank you so much for answering your phone, Jeanette.
Yes.
I am actually surprised you did. I was sitting here going, she won't answer her phone. She just won't answer.
Well, I have to confess, I did do a double take as to what time it was. I thought the show would be over.
Oh, so you thought the show was over and I was calling you. Okay. Okay. Well, good. I'm glad you answered the phone because we really needed that answer right now.
Okay,
So,
no problem at all.
thank you so much. So we will see you tomorrow at Mariscos.
Yes, sir.
Have a good night.
Okay, have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, well, there you have it. We need 2 more judges, guys. So, get on it. Yeah. So, what was I going to say? Oh, we have a merchandise page.
Do we?
Did you know you could buy Call Me Oz merchandise? Did you know that?
No.
We don't have any epic hats like that, though. We really
Dang it.
need one.
Oh my god.
Like, we need to create a hat
They're yellow.
Yes.
yellow.
Yeah, and then like add like a little bit of red. I think
Yes.
that add a little bit of red.
So back in the day, before all of this, I had to, a lot of my website was red. And people told me, that's an angry color. You've got to change it.
Wow.
So it took me years to finally change my colors. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. But it used to be red, yellow, and all kinds of green, just whatever colors I felt like using that day.
I like that. I like just being able to express yourself. Like, just do what you want. Like, there's no limits, like, what you like and what you don't like. I mean, just do whatever you want. Like,
So, like, I should open up a new website that is my website.
Yes.
Nobody will go to it. Everybody like, I can't even, like, I would get complaints like, I can't even look at your website for more than 5 seconds or my eyes go crazy. I'm like,
I mean, the font could be red. I mean, like, the font or the...
yeah. So if you go to Call Me Oz, there's a big button that says CMO merchandise, and you go to the merchandise page, and we have shirts, and we have koozies, and we have onesies, and we have license plates. We have all kinds of stuff, you know, hoodies, mugs. I have all that stuff, just so you know. Like, I have a license plate.
2 mugs for this table.
That's a great idea. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding.
That would be epic.
It would be very epic.
Oh, yes. So, okay. We have come up with 2 very good ideas tonight. This is awesome. I love it. I love it when our show does this. Okay, so, anyway, seriously. Why be serious?
I don't know. Get back on topic, dude.
But why be
wanna
serious?
know.
So,
They're
we do this every Wednesday, believe it or not.
Oh my gosh, what?
What? Is that crazy? That is crazy.
It's like, oh.
So do you have like a new person on each week or
Every week, yes.
Oh wow. Oh my gosh.
You know, I was like thinking about that. Larry, did you notice the enthusiasm? 2 years of this.
Oh my God.
It hasn't been 2 years, it's been 1.5 years. It's been 18 months.
That's rude.
So how many weeks is that? Like, I don't know, like 75 weeks?
I don't
Does
do
that
math.
does that mean 75 guests?
No,
It's been about 60
Oh my gosh.
to 65 guests.
Because it just used to be you.
Yeah,
Now we
in the
have
beginning it was just me.
Somebody to dilute you.
Thank God. I need it. Like, I need it. Like, I need to dilute myself, you know? It's crazy, man. Where are you from originally?
I'm actually from San Diego, California. So I'm not I'm like not from New Mexico, but San Diego, California.
Yay.
What brought you out here?
My dad actually, I think his job moved out here. My dad retired from the military, and so coming out here, it was almost like, why are we going to New Mexico?
Right? Why?
So I've lived here ever since, and I love New Mexico.
Yeah.
I love the culture, and I love the food,
Mhm.
and I just love just the scenery.
Right.
I love the scenery, and I love being around the mountains.
Nice. Yeah, see, that is the one thing that keeps me here. Like, I've had job offers to leave, like, to make a lot of money. And, you know, it's what keeps me here, believe it or not, are the mountains.
Yes, I
Literally.
agree.
That is literally what keeps me in this state is the mountains.
I mean, fun fact, my name is actually means mountain. Sierra is like jagged mountain, and you see like the cuts in the mountain. So I'm definitely proud of my name and to live in a beautiful place like New Mexico and have mountains right in front of me.
Yes, yes, and that's why it's called the Sierra Nevadas.
Yes, there
Yes,
we go.
it is. Yes. So that is a very good thing about New Mexico. No, I joke about that. Like, why'd you come here? I love New Mexico. I really do. This is really a great state, and it's weird. A lot of times I got to go down south for my job. So, you drive down to El Paso, and then on your way back, I have literally gone through all 4 seasons in one day. Like, left El Paso, and it's hot, which is, I consider it New Mexico. But anyway, you leave there, and then as I was driving further north, it started getting really, really windy. And then it started getting really, really cold, and believe it or not, on that night, by the time I got into Albuquerque, it was snowing.
Oh my gosh.
It was the craziest day ever, and at that time I lived in Tejeras, so by the time I got out there, it was just lots of snow.
Oh my gosh.
But it's really crazy when you do a drive like that in one day, and you go from way down at the desert and you come up to the mountains. And if you go further into Santa Fe and Taos, it's even crazier, But yeah, so, well, we're glad that you're in New Mexico.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Really, really good. What got you into singing? You're a really good singer, so what got you into it?
Thank you so much. Singing, I guess I could say it's multiple things. It's my neighbor. She actually was a phenomenal singer before I even, I'm just trying to think of where it began. Where it began.
So
I've never really thought about that, and I think it was just the influence of her. And then growing up, I grew up a lot on rock music, like every genre of rock, going from like Green Day to Nickelback to Nirvana to Judas Priest, Metallica, like
nice.
Everything.
I love it. I
agree. And
Ozzy.
Yes,
Ozzy. Led Zeppelin.
Yes.
Love it. Boston.
Yes, Boston. And I fell in love with musicals at a very young age, and I remember going to my first Broadway musical, and it was Grease at Popejoy.
Awesome.
And I remember I was sitting there in my seat, and I thought, that's what I want to do. Like, I want to sing. And then I went to the company's called New Mexico Young Actors, and
I've heard of that.
Yeah, and they're great. They have some great young actors there. And I remember on a school field trip, I saw the musical Annie that they put on.
Oh, wow.
And I sat there again, and I'm like, this is something telling me that I should be up there and I should be singing. And then, believe it or not, like a couple years later, I was up on that stage singing myself. So I think
cool.
Singing definitely started with not only what I was influenced by, but what musicals.
And that'll do it.
It really will. It really will.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will, because you're like, that looks like fun.
Right.
I want to do that. Yeah. So do you play any other instruments?
I do. Growing up, I started to play the guitar, and then of course, like being young, it's also like you don't have a lot of patience. So I kind of fell off the boat for a while.
Right.
But then at school, I learned how to play the saxophone during school, so I can play a little saxophone. Then after school, they had this like after school thing where you can play an instrument. So I learned how to play the drums and sing at the same time.
Oh, wow.
So I can play the drums. And I mean, at the moment, I actually won another competition.
Thanks, Billy.
Kids. Anyway.
I won another competition at Hoffmantown Church here in Albuquerque, and I won $300 grand prize singer for this competition. I think it was back in March, and it was the first annual, and so and I wanted to get my guitar fixed. There was something urging me that I needed to play more like another instrument and to get started again. So the guys at the Guitar Center told me, they said, your guitar is just completely, it's kind of gone. And in order to fix it, it's going to cost you like $150, $200. So they told me it would just be better to buy a brand new guitar. And so that's what I did. I walked right in. I went around once and I saw this black guitar. And I told myself, I need this black guitar. So finally, right now I'm playing guitar, and I'm teaching myself, and hopefully I'll be able to showcase that and sooner or later, and to let people like
That is
express
really
myself a little bit, and I do, and I also play the ukulele. So
cool. Wow.
And another prince on the way.
Right? That's for sure. How did it feel to be chosen as one of the top 3 at the fair?
Oh, it was nerve-wracking.
Nerve-wracking?
I know. I mean, it was kind of I watched all the other people sing, and I'm like, wow, they were great. They were great. And they were really great, and I thought, am I gonna be chosen again? Like, am I gonna go up to sing again? And then they said my name, and I kind of walked up there, and I thought, like, I did this. Like, I did this all by myself. I got registered by myself. I mean, shout out to my mom for driving me to the venue and she's driving me everywhere. But besides that, I was nervous, and I was definitely happy.
Nice. Now, did you qualify at Elks Lodge or Kilchek?
Kilchek.
Kilchek? Okay.
Yeah, that's whenever I was also, like, the whole experience of going through, like, the whole entire process to audition was nerve-wracking because they couldn't find my song.
Right.
They couldn't find not the genre. They couldn't find the version of my song.
Oh, wow.
So getting up there, I sang Jolene by Dolly Parton.
Okay,
I loved Dolly
this
Parton.
now.
Loved Dolly Parton.
Yes. I do remember now.
Yes, and they're saying, they're like, we don't have your version, we don't have this and that, but this version is going to be a little bit slower because I did the version of Miley Cyrus when she covered Jolene.
Oh,
And so it was a little bit faster, it was a little bit faster pace, but at Kilchek, I think I did great, and I loved being there, and I loved being able to perform for everybody.
Well, you obviously had to do great enough to make it.
Thank you.
And then at the fair, did we find any videos? At the fair, of course, when you hit the stage, you could tell you had practiced. Like,
Yes.
You could definitely tell. So do you plan on pursuing music as a career?
Yeah, I definitely do know that the music industry is so cutthroat. It's so cutthroat, and
Yeah.
I can't express how cutthroat it is. I mean, in a sense, yes and no. I love music, and I love being able to express myself, but I think that not even just doing it as a career, but doing it to do it like what you love, and doing it not only for yourself but for other people, and for other people to hear your music. And so, in a sense, I would love to pursue a actual career in music. But at the moment, for how young I am, and for just to make the wise decision at the moment, I'm doing this just necessarily for myself. I think music is a great way to express yourself in a sense that it doesn't only help you, but it helps you grow.
Right.
And so when I sing, when I play an instrument, whenever I am alone in the house and I'm able to sing, it's almost like, it sounds odd, but it's almost like the best feeling ever. And I will sing anywhere I can possibly sing. That's for sure. I will anywhere I can possibly sing.
It is definitely therapeutic. That's why we call it karaoke.
Ah, yes, I agree. Yes.
Exactly. So, anything else you want to tell people out there?
Honestly, I think, like, just do what you want to do. Like, you were mentioning about how you changed your whole website just because, like, people were like, oh, this is, like, bothering me and this and that. And through being just a high school student and definitely putting myself out there, it's kind of hard because you never know who's going to be judging you and who's going to make fun of you for expressing yourself. Yeah. And I definitely just want people to know, just, like, to express yourself in any form, in any way. Like, who cares who's watching?
That's why I should be wearing your red hat.
Yeah. Oh. Oh my gosh, I love my red hats. Maybe for the fair, I'll buy a brand new red hat. Like, I'll just get a new one, and like every time.
Make it bigger.
Yes,
Fair
a
enough.
big, like,
Fair
yes,
enough.
a red hat. Yes.
Yes. Well, okay, but I got to be clear about something. See, it's the Gilligan hat thing that you got going on there. So,
Oh, thank you.
so for the longest time, I always wanted to have a Gilligan hat, and my person wouldn't. Like, she really didn't want me to wear it. But then I went to my dad's one time, and my dad had one, and he just had it sitting there, and I was like, Dad, like, you should really give me that hat. And he was like, he didn't want to part with it. But he was nice enough that he went ahead and he gave me this hat. So I had a Gilligan hat. And I don't know, it's kind of weird. It like disappeared.
No.
It did. It disappeared. So
Oh my
to have a
gosh.
red Gilligan hat would be completely epic.
Yes, I think red is just like definitely that like statement. Like it just throws it out there. And
Yes.
Like
I agree.
I'm always like just like attracted like just the red things. It just like kind of pops. I mean, I skateboard, and at the skate shop they were like, "Oh, do you want like a pro deck where you can have like a graphic on your board?" And I thought, no, like I don't really like that. And I saw a red board, like just like the red like kind of marble effect on it, and I thought that's the board I want. And then I saw this at the store like a couple days later, and I'm like, this is the hat I want. Like
Meant to be.
it's just meant to be. The red hat is meant to be.
Man, it was definitely meant to be. It was definitely meant to be, for sure. So,
Sorry.
I guess it's about that time. I want to thank
About
our...
that time? Wait, you're forgetting something.
What am I forgetting? Incorrect passwords?
Yeah.
Am I?
Yes.
Just the fact that I changed all my passwords to incorrect so that I would never forget again? Yeah, because like, you know, haven't you ever done that? Like, you put your password in and what does it tell you?
Password incorrect.
Password incorrect. So I changed all my passwords
that's
to
great.
incorrect. And then
Oh,
that
here
way,
it is.
I don't got to worry about
I'm
it
gonna
anymore.
reach out to the Oz Nation out there and say, please send us better jokes.
No, don't, because then they're not my stupid jokes. Yeah, see, you thought I forgot.
No, you were about to say.
No, I was going to come back to it, but see, you made it perfect. So thank you so much for that. Actually, I should have talked about passwords when she was talking about pig at Vernon's.
Oh my gosh! It's like it's like connecting. It's all connecting.
Right? Like the dots are starting to connect.
Yes.
Yes. So incorrect password. Just remember that. Just change all your passwords to incorrect. You'll be just fine. But what kills us is when they say, oh, well, one has to be a capital letter and one has to be this and this.
Oh, I know. It's like, come on.
You guys are 16 digits. Yeah, this, that, one of these. Oh
You
my
gotta
God.
change it every 6 months. or
Change it every,
90 days.
yeah. So, Double L Media is the amazing video company that puts this whole thing together and puts it on. And if you want your video professionally done at the New Mexico State Fair, you can have that done. You were asked that question when you registered, and people are moving really slow this year. I don't know what the deal is with people, but it's like they're like, you know, and then they're like, oh, is my audition tomorrow? It is. Are you ready? No,
We're
I
all going camping.
don't even talk about camping or Disneyland. Don't even get me started on that one. Because, yeah, so they went camping for 4th of July weekend.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. I love camping. I
Yeah.
mean, like the busyness of like getting everybody in the car and making sure you have everything is rough. But like once you get out there into like just nature, it's like
Yes.
it's the greatest feeling ever.
It is totally epic. And because of karaoke season, I don't get to go camping anymore. So, but they got to go camping. And they're going to Disneyland. Anyway, they're going to send me pictures, though. Right?
We're gonna be busy.
I mean, you can FaceTime him. You can FaceTime him. You can like strap like duct tape your phone onto your like chest and then just like walk around and he can just like FaceTime you like while you guys are walking around.
So
It's, like,
I did that in Juarez because everybody wanted to see what Juarez looked like. So I'd go to El Paso all the time. Then I go over the border. And so I took my phone and I just had a shirt that had a pocket right here. And I just put my phone in the pocket like that. And I had it on
wow.
Facebook Live. And I was just walking around Juarez and going into the Mercado. And I'd go into the
Awesome.
bars and stuff like that. And this was like an hour. And I had so many people watching it. It was crazy. It was great. It was great. It was a good time. It was a good time. So Twisted Arbor is also one of our sponsors. Amazing Patty. How she does this. Do you see that on the wall over there? Like,
oh yeah.
like how many twists and turns is that, Patty?
Oh.
75 wires.
That is 75 wires.
That's wire.
That is wire.
That's beautiful. Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
And she has this one over here on the mantle and this one over here.
Those are
Great,
beautiful. Oh my gosh.
great gifts. She will not custom make them for you. You have to like the one that she has.
I mean, they're beautiful. I really
They
like.
are.
I really love the ones that just stand up by themselves. Those are beauty.
Yeah, it's epic. And then Drastic Entertainment, of course, massive sponsor of Call Me Oz. Yes, By the way, she was the KJ at Fiestas last. It's so funny because like she can just do a show, like a regular show, like she can just do it. And when we do these auditions, poor Sarah, she just like. It's so funny to watch her. You know, she just.
She falls apart.
She does. She totally falls apart, and she messes up. Like she messes up
She
and
knows
just.
it's a competition. It has to be perfect.
Yes.
She's trying for
So she messes up, and you're just like, Sarah, it's okay.
Be you,
It's
Sarah.
be you, man. Just it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're not gonna die. Okay. And of course, Red Velvet Underground is a massive sponsor of us, and of course, Effing Bar
Thank you.
and Leo's
Chi chi chow.
and Marisco Saltamar,
Yay.
which will be there tomorrow. So that's it, guys.
Awesome.
Another show down the tubes.
God. Let's just flush the toilet.
You know, like we should have like a sound.
No.
That would be awesome. I'll do that.
Just wait for the
Right? Don't tempt. Let's not tempt Larry. Okay. Idea number 3.
He definitely has a lot of control back there. So I mean, he can.
He does. Like he could do all kinds of things to me if he wanted to. He could cut my sound.
Oh my gosh.
change your voice.
He could change my voice.
Sound like a chipmunk.
Yes.
That would be kind of epic.
She's doing right now.
Oh, he's changing my voice right now. Now I get to find out what I sound like. What did you do to me, Larry? Do I sound like a squirrel? Oh, now it's technical difficulties. Oh no, that was from before. I forget those in the night. Anyways, I hope you all had fun. Did you have fun?
I did. I loved being on here, but thank you for having me, and I'm glad that we finally got me on here to just
Right?
talk about what's going on.
That's awesome. Glad you made it, Sierra. We'll see you at the fair.
For sure. I'll definitely be there. And
Cool.
if you're watching and you see me, just come say hi. Like, I definitely want to say hi to y'all.
Nice. Very nice. Now you can share this onto your Facebook page,
I will. I'll definitely give you a follow and share whenever I get home.
and then all your friends can see that this is where you were tonight.
Yes.
Yay! Y'all have a great night. We'll see you at Marisco's tomorrow. Bye-bye.